Hello again, folks. We're back with some more Zenless Zone Zero. I have been trying to make considerable progress in the story before I go off to do other side stuff in the wake of Season 2 having dropped the most recently. And we're currently in the Barrier, Tears, so on and so forth mission, chapter, storyline, whatever it's called. The one where we are officially introduced to the two vampire Thyrans, Hugo and Vivian, who I suspect are siblings. And we had that whole auction thing happen, which I believe we were supposed to lose anyway. At least that's what it feels like, because I gave it my best shot with the bidding dialogue challenge bits. And of course, I lost to that one guy, Hartman, but then Hugo came and took the relic anyway. And, well, and then we had a whole battle between him and Lycon, where we finally got the whole backstory for the both of them, minus the details on how Lycon got grievously injured the way he did. That still hasn't been explained entirely. But, yeah, basically, Hugo went on a murder spree, and Lycon left the Mockingbirds out of complete outrage from having witnessed what happened, where basically Hugo just decided to, it's like he wants to be Robin Hood mixed with the Punisher, except he's even more petty than the Punisher ever was. So, yeah, Lycon didn't like that. We fought. And now we're basically going and investigating this cultist group called the Exaltists, which are apparently the guys behind the whole sacrifice thing, including what happened with Inspector Bringer. So I found a good place to stop, which was like the little in-between thing here, and I figured save that for later, and that later would be right now. So I figured let's get on with it, shall we? We gotta start investigating the Exaltists. Shall we start with Bringer? Yeah, that's what I think too. Commissioner's hasty closure of the case seemed a bit suspicious. We should definitely find Zhu Yuan and get more information first. I'll go investigate at PubSec. Alright, I'll leave it to you then. Then I'll also gather some information on Internaut. Take care and come back soon, Wise. Okay, so this isn't part 2. This isn't part B of Barrier Your Tears with Cass. We're still in the first half of it. Okay. Still in the first half. That makes sense. Mommy Zhu, we need your help.
I'll have to work overtime to finish this mission report.
Uh-oh. Seems she's having her hands full, too.
You're here.
Indeed. And so are you. It's you. What can I do for you? I wanted to ask you about Bringer. You saw the news, I'm sure. The commissioner closed the case citing personal misconduct. I already found it strange and wanted to investigate further, but there's been a lot of obstacles. It's as if there's a hidden force that doesn't want me to get involved in this matter any further. Sounds suspicious. Yes, but it could also be my sensitive position. As far as I know, after the case was closed, the items left behind by Inspector Bringer were all sent to Hollow Special Operations for processing. However, those items have already been screened within the Bureau, and there's nothing suspicious about them. Or is there? If you're still worried, you can also go there later and ask. Also, my colleagues at PubSec, most of us have worked with Bringer to some extent, so they might know something. I would love to investigate with you, but I've been busy lately. There's an organ trafficking case recently, and some other odd missing persons cases as well. No worries, I'll investigate on my own first. Alright, just let me know if you have any questions. Organs, human trafficking. That wouldn't have anything to do with Twiggy, would it? Peaceful security officer. She's cute. Hello, how can I help you? Did you know Bringer? You mean Inspector Bringer? Oh no, he's not Inspector anymore. I'm not familiar with him, but I did help organize the things he left behind. Looking at it now, I guess they can be considered his estate. Is there anything special about them? No, just ordinary things. However, I heard from other colleagues that Bringer had a notebook he never parted with. But I couldn't find this notebook in his belongings. It's probably lost somewhere. Anyway, everything's been sent to HSO. I think it was Section 6. Maybe it's because of the higher-ups suspect. There's a mole in PubSec. Hello, citizen. Is there anything I can help you with? Did you know Bringer? Mr. Bringer, I know. I once caught him in the bathroom secretly recording his to-do list for the next day with a tape recorder. Probably worried he would forget otherwise. Is human memory really that short, or was it just Mr. Bringer? However, if there had been others in the bathroom at that time, Mr. Bringer probably wouldn't have done that. It's because I'm a bang boo that I happened to witness something like this. So, a notebook and a tape recorder. Hey, Reed Richards, what do you know? Is there a problem, citizen? Did you know Bringer? What do you know about Bringer? About Bringer. Wait, you're not a reporter, are you? I'm just a curious citizen. Oh, good. Boss has told us not to talk about Bringer. Probably worried about reporters being careless with what they write. I really don't know why he turned out this way. He used to be a good person. Many years ago, after he came out of a hollow, his entire personality shifted. What? Did he get possessed or something? Did he did he see something there he shouldn't have? I thought it was because he was injured in the hollow or had witnessed something terrible, but that operation was very successful. He rescued many citizens from the hollow and emerged completely unscathed. How strange. He made a deal with the devil? Do you have any other information? I remember now. Seems like Bringer's had memory issues for a long time, always forgetting stuff. Back then, we even suggested he keep a diary or something, though I'm not aware if he ever listened to us. I don't know anything more than that. A diary and a tape recorder. Or did he have Norman Osborn split personality syndrome or something, like the Green Goblin? After inquiring around, you gather a lot of information about Bringer. You share his information with Zhu Yuan and agree to meet at Hollow HSO. Looks like I still need to check the items left by Bringer. Anything? Nope, still going. Nothing here. There's the gang. Well,
Base training.
well, 2 out of the 4 HSO and 1 out of 2 for PubSec. Well, technically, no, there's like 4 for PubSec too because of Jane and Seth. But hey, my 3 favorite girls from both those teams are all in one room, and I'm a lucky man. Hoshimi, Yanagi, Zhu. Well, wait, no. Wouldn't Miyabi be technically her personal name, the equivalent of a first name? I'm confused. Anyway. So, what do you say, ladies? Date night? I be bottom and you 3 be dominance? Miyabi, you're here. Zhu Yuan has already told me about the current situation. We've already found all of Bringer's belongings. Nothing unusual so far. I heard he had a notebook and some tape recordings. A notebook? I don't recall seeing one, but there are a few tape recordings. Our colleagues have already listened to these tapes. They're just routine meeting minutes and similar recordings, nothing out of the ordinary. Are you sure? After carefully inspecting the tapes, you find one that feels different from the rest. It seems a bit heavier. Do you need to play these tapes again? Yes. There shouldn't be any need for that. These recordings have already been reviewed by both Hollow Special Operations and Public Security, so there shouldn't be any issues. There's one that's heavier than the others. Indeed, the weight of this tape is different from the others. Let's take a closer look. Oh god, it's an ASMR. Turn it off, turn it off. Oh. Sokaku, Asaba. Nothing else around here? After carefully examining the special tape recording, you discover that there seems to be an encrypted message within. Would have liked to have heard it. I see. This must be the reason for its weight. But how can we decrypt it? I can try to crack it. And we'll leave it to you. Oh, piece of cake. That was so freaking easy. You did it, as expected. Looks like there's new content that can be played on the tape now. That's interesting. I didn't know secret information could be hidden this way. What secret? Sokaku wants to know. Zhu Yuan, are you nervous? I don't know, but I have a bad feeling about this. After all, he put so much effort into hiding it, there might really be an answer inside. Let's listen to it now. You're right. No matter what, I have to face the truth.
All right, let's get started.
Cassette that Bringer left behind starts playing.
I'm probably not getting out of this hollow, but at least this tape recorder still works. Let's say these are my last words. I gave away my anti-corruption equipment to save those civilians, so I'm not in good shape.
Oh god, he really did get the... He really was claimed by the body snatchers, wasn't he?
Unfortunately, we came up against a horde of ethereals right after that. I rushed over to fight them off and tried to save the civilians, but in the thick of all the fighting, I turned back and realized that I was somehow alone. Nobody was behind me. Luckily, I managed to defeat the ethereals, but the wounds and corruption I sustained in doing so should be fatal. I don't mean to cast the blame at all here, and if any of my colleagues ever pick up this cassette, I hope that nobody is ever held accountable. It's just human nature. It's normal. I just have a few regrets. Oh, what's that over there?
You hear a long, raspy, and creepy noise.
I've seen a miracle. Yes, that thing is right. So long as humanity is in constant conflict against the Hollows, we'll never be able to grasp true power. Only by embracing everything. It's the only way. Only by embracing this power can everyone survive. Oh, Creator, please grant me this.
Okay, he definitely got lost it. The room is left in complete silence as the cassette finishes playing. Zhu Yuan in particular looks crestfallen. Are you okay, Zhu?
Are you okay, Julian? Don't be so down.
Thanks. I'm okay. It's just... Even though we had our suspicions, now that everything is out in the open, I can't help but feel a little...
Betrayed?
Well, at least now I know the reason why he changed.
What did Bringer see during the recording? Whatever it was, he called it a miracle.
I saw the mission report from that incident. Bringer emerged from the Hollow unscathed, completely free from injury or corruption. Plus, I remember him rescuing a few civilians and walking out of the Hollow together with them.
But if that's the case, then it's at odds with the audio we heard. Which one is the true version of events?
It's possible that both are true. Like if Bringer actually met a real god that completely healed his body and helped him save the others.
And that's why his mood changed so much. Why he started believing the Exaltists. Because he witnessed a miracle.
That sounds like a reasonable speculation at this point.
But it still exceeds the limits of what we know.
In any case, it's a clue that ultimately points to the Exaltists. I'll keep pulling this thread and see where it leads.
I never expected the investigation to lead to this, but what exactly are the Exaltists plotting? Regardless, time to head back to the video store and rest for a bit, then I'll think about the next step. I really wonder what Bringer saw back then. If I'd known earlier, I could have asked him before drawing my sword. Your sense of humor has improved, Chief. Everyone, I just spoke to Zhu, and UN and public security seems to be very busy lately. Are you talking about the cases tied to Tops? Anyway, it's not like they're our concern. You know? Of course, Tops hasn't exactly been peaceful lately. Word is that PubSec's been pulling threads and found something that is connected to those illegal drugs I was tracking. The Mayflowers over at City Admin have been making moves too. In any case, these elites of New Eridu are starting to stir. We might be in for quite a show soon. What I mean is, if security's too busy, some Hollow-related cases will be transferred to us. Huh? Uh-oh. Well, look who it is.
I've been waiting for you for quite some time.
Okay, vampire girl, what do you got for me?
We meet again, Master Proxy. I imagine you've already managed to gain some info from the conspirators. About some people who wish to use sacrifice to launch an attack on New Eridu.
So you know about that? I only just found out myself.
Because I've been watching you this entire time.
Indeed. Come with me to my bedroom.
I know many things. But unlike those hypocrites, I'm willing to share info with you to show my sincere hopes of working together.
Yes.
I need to find Bringer's belongings.
Bringer's belongings? Did he even leave anything behind?
Yes.
Oh, he did. I have complete confidence in my intelligence network. All the more reason for you to work with me. You've probably already guessed, but what Bringer left behind will be crucial for cracking the alleged sacrifice attack.
The notebook.
Find it, and we'll finally know what they are after.
Who do you mean by they?
The Exaltists, of course. They're always lurking whenever something related to sacrifice comes up. Actually, the Exaltists and I, we have a bit of shared history. But no more than that until you officially agree to work with me.
All right, I agree to work with you.
Splendid. I like people who don't mess around. By the way, might I ask, you're not proficient at in-hollow combat, are you?
Well, you know, I'm a proxy after all.
As I expected. Not to worry. You're an invaluable proxy. All I require is for you to guide me. I mean, not even my darling Lord Phaethon can fight in the hollows.
Hang on. What did you just say? Your darling Lord Phaethon?
That's right. The best proxy in all of New Eridu. Lord Phaethon.
Yeah, she's a bit of a yandere, but if I had to pick the three characters probably most likely to get hitched with Wise, it would be Vivian, Miyabi, or Astra. As for Belle, lighter. Just lighter. Nobody else.
Don't tell me you don't like him.
You might not believe this, but I'm actually Phaethon.
You're an outstanding proxy, that's true. But Lord Phaethon's a cut above. No one could ever replace Lord Phaethon.
Oh god, it's like Soldier 11. She thinks it's somebody else.
But I know how you feel. You're actually one of Lord Phaethon's fans too, aren't you? So he's your biggest role model in life and you hope to become just like him, right?
Oh god.
How should I put this? I'm not really a fan of Phaethon.
Because I am him.
I get it. You're ashamed. Because you love him so much. I went through a phase like that once. But it's okay to be brave and admit your love.
Oh god.
Relax. I'm with you as you make your journey, fellow fan.
How do you go from from tsundere to yandere at the drop of a hat? Well, I say that, but tsundere is more Lucy's character type. Yandere is where Vivian is right now. After inexplicably joining Vivian's informal fan club, you listen to her on about her love for Lord Phaethon for nearly an hour.
Oh my. Once I start talking about Lord Phaethon, I just can't help myself. Look at the time.
blissfully ignorant of the fact that she's standing right in front of him.
I suppose that's all for today then. I'll be in touch with more news.
Poor Wise. The look, the indignant, the sheepish look on his face, like, wow. Not again. I was so caught up chatting with a fellow fan that I almost forgot why I'm here. I found out where the remainder of Bringer's belongings ended up. They should be hidden in a hollow in the outer ring. I'll need to make some preparations. Let's meet up in Blazewood later. Don't worry, I'll protect you, Proxy. I won't let you get hurt. Speaking of, how did you know we were proxies? Because, I gathered information from my intelligence network, of course. That big fat H there means Hugo. She knows because of Hugo, of course. I may look this way, but I've got a pretty impressive job, and I know many secrets. Since we've agreed to work together, what's the deal with you and the Exaltists? I must foil the Exaltist schemes. Whatever they're planning, I'll stop them. This time, I absolutely cannot. Look, just think of it as my personal beef with the Exaltists. Whatever the case, we're on the same side here. It's getting late. I need to go back and make some preparations. See you in Blazewood. Vivian leaves in a hurry. She seems rather reluctant to discuss her relationship with the Exaltists in detail. What, is her family like from a part of the Exaltists or something? And she doesn't like it? Wise, are you sure you want to head straight to the Hollow, or should we use the old trick and connect Eos instead? That would be a bit safer. But if we connect to Eos, Vivian might recognize us. After all, she's our fan. Don't worry, I have you with me. If you say so, Wise. Alright, but if anything happens, you have to stay safe. Even though we can stay in touch at any time, I'll still worry. I'll get myself out if anything happens, or Vivian will protect me. I'll protect you too, Wise. If anything goes wrong, I'll get back up for you right away. Alright, let's take a break for now and wait for Vivian to contact us. After some time, a message from Vivian arrives. Time to head to Blazewood and meet her. Let's head to Blazewood and meet with Vivian about Bringer's belongings. Ah, Anby and Trigger. What are they doing here? And Anby is in her Soldier Zero outfit. That's interesting.
Proxy, you're here too.
What are you two doing here? Yeah, Trigger was the first client that Belle and Wise had as part of her backstory. So we have history with her. I hope we'll get a storyline where we actually see her eyes. Her actual eyes, not the void in the character model behind the mask if you fiddled around with the game data. Which is kind of funny to me considering that behind Pulchra's mask, her face has actually been fully modeled. So it's kind of weird that for Trigger, they didn't do that. Oh man. By the way, what is with that giant Flatiron looking thing on Trigger's chest? What is the practical purpose of that, I wonder? Anyway, what are you two doing here?
What are you two doing here? And still in that outfit, Anby?
So this is after the Soldier Zero stuff. Makes sense.
I'm here to investigate that incident.
You recall the incident you experienced with Anby and Trigger. The relevant details have been recorded as tapes and logged in the video archive. Ah, Okay, more agent stuff. If you have time, you should go and refresh your memories with them.
I've recently dug up some clues about the person behind the operation, but my key contact is ultra cautious and keeps demanding me to prove my identity. So, to gain her trust, I decided to meet her dressed like this.
It's not what it was. Not the. Did it involve Twiggy, or is it something else?
Now that everything is completely finished, this uniform doesn't really represent anything in particular.
No, but it looks cool on you.
For me, it's just another outfit now.
Wouldn't look terribly out of place in Stellar Blade.
We all have to move on someday.
I'm helping her. I want to make sure whoever's behind all this is caught. And who's this young lady?
Her name's Vivian, and she's a friend of mine.
This is my friend, Vivian. We're here investigating a few things ourselves.
Ambi, one of the Cunning Hair's most powerful members. And Trigger, an Opal Squad sniper. It's an honor to make your acquaintance. You know us?
Looks like someone's done our homework. Is it because of the proxy?
You two are practically celebrities. And because of my work, I've got loads of info when it comes to anyone with a name around New Eridu.
I see. Seems you're handling your work well.
Let's prepare to enter the Hollow. Unless you have any further questions, we'll be taking our leave now.
Ah, so we're going with Ambi and Trigger, eh?
You're going into a Hollow? Proxy, you plan on going in like that?
Yeah, that's right. I've recovered quite a bit lately, so I don't need any protective equipment in the hollows.
You shoot a wink at Ambi and Trigger, who both notice your signal and don't ask any more questions. Right at that moment, a rather familiar-looking lady appears.
Huh. Aren't you that lady from before at the auction?
Yeah, what gives?
Hello. I didn't expect to see you again, young lady.
What happened?
Vivian, are you alright? You look depressed.
Yeah, are you okay? What's going on?
What's wrong, Vivian? Are you feeling all right?
It's nothing. I just drifted off for a moment there. So then, what are you doing here?
Don't worry. I'm not here to scam you. I'm waiting to meet someone.
Don't tell me. You're my contact for intel?
That's me. Ambi from Silver Squad, I presume? Pleasure to meet you.
So she's a spy. Okay, so Sienna, the whole broken artifact, broken selling the artifact thing was just a cover story. She wasn't there to out of single mother desperation. Like, no, it was all a trick to spy on the auctioneers, probably involving that sacrificial gem.
All right. I'm going to exchange some information with Miss Ambi here. So if you'll excuse me. That's me. Ambi from Silver Squad, I presume? Pleasure to meet you. All right. I'm going to exchange some information with Miss Ambi here. So if you'll excuse me.
Sienna steps to the side with Ambi as they discuss something. Meanwhile, you look at Vivian with some concern. You aren't looking so good.
You aren't looking so good. What's the matter?
I can tell you later, but not right now.
Okay, that's all the information I got for you. In return, I want you to do something for me. Take me into the Hollow. I left something very valuable inside. I have to find it.
Not for your late husband, I presume.
Seeing as we were just about to go in ourselves, why not join us?
It's fine by me. But didn't you say you were investigating something?
It's fine. There's no rush. Right, Master Proxy.
Yeah, no rush.
Huh? Yeah, there really is no rush. Sure, let's all go together.
It'll be safer with more people, and we'll find your missing item more quickly.
Thank you.
Well, before I do that, let me go, I want to go check something. What's going on at the remodeling shop?
Afternoon! Let's get your little companion some new parts. Is that it? Come back next time, you hear?
I did some character mission grinding yesterday, so I might as well.
Good afternoon. Feeling hungry? Let me make you a deluxe bowl.
Eat something.
Got your fill? See you next time.
Nope. Oh, wait a minute. It's the archive. It might have been the Echoes of Silver stuff. Hold on a second. Let me go back and watch that part of the stream for like a couple seconds. Okay, so it's in the video archive. I think it might have been the stuff with Twiggy, because nothing is highlighted. And that's the only other thing I can think of that involved Anby in the old silver outfit, so... And because I did it already, ahead of time, you know, it makes, stands to reason that's what it was, and because I did it already, it's like, oh, okay. Wake up, Oscar. No coins. Couldn't remember, so I'm checking. Okay, Viv, Trig, Anby, and Sienna. Why did you suddenly decide to help Sienna? Proxy, do you believe in fate? I believe what you said before about the Chosen One. Still remember that? That was about something else. Proxy, I actually... No, it's nothing. Let's hurry and head into the Hollow. Little bit evasive, are ya? Little Miss Draculina.
So, what is it that you all plan to do here? We are here to look for something too. Something extremely important. If only the battlefield was new, Eridu's future may well depend on it.
Yeah, Vivian is definitely a medium premium to the max. Anby's always looked great, but I think she's a little more wide in the hips than I thought. Not that I'm complaining, because wide hips, thick thighs, save lives. Extra thick. Yeah, I totally missed out on Silver Anby because, well, I went for Trigger, and I tried as I might to get Silver Anby. I didn't have enough time or polychromes to get her, and the game just didn't want to give her to me, so I have to wait for her to come back, whenever that'll be.
Ether vision activate.
Done.
Recalibrating.
Now it's my turn to ask questions. What exactly is it that you're investigating? Since you're familiar with the name Silver, then you should know that it shouldn't exist anymore. What I'm investigating has something to do with it. Mind the blind spot.
Got you covered.
Fall back. Wide open.
Quick shot.
Mind the voltage.
Ether vision activate.
A sound strategy.
Save your strength, and this bullet will reach its mark.
Flip the switch.
Fire support ready.
Resolve.
Support in position.
Roxy, let's use that fissure to head to the next location.
Does that fissure include new health and polychromes? New character to unlock? Just a chill guy trying to collect his waifus is all. Okay, this is where he came from. Okay, nothing else around here.
This is the place.
Ah, can't get that container yet.
So, what is it that you're looking for?
A ring. I was excavating ether here before and accidentally lost it somewhere. Please, could you all help me find it? It has to be somewhere among all this stuff here.
Who are you?
Sure, I'll start looking.
I'll go with you.
I'll stay here with her then.
Thanks, but you don't have to worry about me. Go ahead and accompany the others. I'm sure it'll be faster that way. And sorry for wasting your time like this. I know it might sound strange, but I'll be so happy if my daughter grows up to be capable like you.
Do you remember the legendary artist mentioned by the host during the previous auction? Unrecognized during his lifetime, his works were discovered by art collectors after his death and became hugely popular. Sounds like H.P. Lovecraft. How, after he died, his works became, like, seminal to the horror genre. Sounds like quite the nice story, right? In reality, these art collectors are to blame for his death. Those pompous big shots discovered his talent and even wanted him to craft forgeries of famous works. Someone as proud as him would never agree to such a thing. Not only did he refuse, he also wanted to expose their schemes. So they had to shut him up, basically. And some days later, he suddenly took his own life. He got Clintoned. I knew him. He would never do something like that. Those big shots silenced him. How do you know all this? Because the legendary artist was my husband, Mira's father. So she was not lying. At least entirely. My condolences. Well, she was and she wasn't. She was telling half-truths. Thank you, but I might not need it anymore. So who exactly are these big shots you're talking about? Given the circumstances, it's fine to tell you. It's the Ravenlock family. Uh-oh. Those guys again. The matter I just discussed with Miss Anby is also related to them. The collectible you asked me to bid on earlier, I should probably return it to you. Don't worry about it. But isn't it your husband's final work? It's fine. Our bond doesn't rely on any keepsakes, and I don't need those to remember him. It's much better off in your hands than someone like Hartman's. Proxy, may I speak with Miss Sienna alone for a moment? How come? There's something personal I want to discuss. Vivian and Sienna step aside and discuss something in private. Alright, regarding the matter of finding the ring, I'm entrusting it to you. It's my wedding ring. I would be extremely grateful to you. Extremely. Kind of stupid they don't let us just walk over here. You have to go like a frickin' around. Huh. You can barely see it, but you can see the frickin' triangles making up the hollow dome. You find some food left in the hollow for unknown reasons. What the heck's going on with Vivian's model? Clearly there's no sign of a ring Sienna's looking for among these items. Proxy, if you're hungry, I've brought some food with me. Do I really look like I want to eat those leftovers? That's too rude. Come on. Thanks, but I'm not hungry. Okay, you can't eat those even if you're starving.
There's leftover food here. I don't want to imagine what's inside the bag.
Okay. That was weird.
Neither do I.
Is that a badger? You find a plush toy. After squeezing and kneading it thoroughly, you realize it doesn't have what you're looking for. It's Badger from Common America. He's been left out here. Oh, wait, it's just a stuffed animal. Common America. Best indie comic I've ever read in a long, long time. Recommend it highly. No one would hide a ring inside the stuffing of a plush toy, right? Don't worry, there's nothing inside. I've already gone through it.
A toy that seems emotionally stable. There shouldn't be a ring hidden in it.
It's pretty cute.
You find a lunchbox. After breaking your stuff, you crack it open and peek inside. Whether lucky or unlucky, the box is empty. No one would put a ring in a lunchbox. It would spoil the taste. Is that the main concern?
It's a fancy lunchbox?
I wonder if its owner is safe and sound.
Nice motorcycle right there, the green one. That matte army green color. You find some scattered oil barrels. After careful searching, you find nothing resembling a ring inside them. Does Sienna actually want to find this so-called ring? What do you mean? She said she's looking for the wedding ring, but she also says she doesn't need any objects to remember her husband. You've been searching here for so long and found nothing at all. Maybe the ring never existed in the first place. It was just an excuse. Let's go back.
What's wrong, Vivian? You seem worried for a while now.
Recalibrating.
I'm worried about Sienna. Her location should still be safe. I hope so.
Ether vision activated.
Could the
Damn.
ring be in that gas tank?
Damn, Trigger is flexible.
Good thing this gas tank is empty.
Nice legs and a nice tight jiggly ass she's got. And not to mention, clearly a lover of big old guns. And I love me guns. Uh-oh. That's not a good sign. By the time you return, you discover Sienna with her eyes closed peacefully.
Her vital signs are gone.
What happened?
What happened?
That's what I said.
I guess this was her final scam.
Shortly before.
There's one thing I must remind you. Your time is running out.
Wait, she was dying?
I'm not sure how you can tell, but you're right. I'm going to die in here. That's my plan.
So what is Vivian psychic or something?
I'm very sick and don't have much longer. If I try to get treatment, it'll just be a burden on my daughter.
Ugh.
So I scam my way through a bunch of physical exams and managed to take out a hollow corruption policy through Ravenlock Insurance. Once some time has passed, could you please take my corrupted body out of the hollow? That will secure a generous compensation package for my daughter.
I can't tell if this is the most generous thing I've ever seen or the most selfish thing I've ever seen, because it's like, you're going to die, and you don't want to put a burn your daughter, but this is your daughter we're talking about, and you're the mother, so it's like, but you also want to not indebt her too bad, but so you're letting yourself die so you could give her a hefty insurance paycheck? Oh god. I don't know how I feel about this, to be honest, because, yeah, I don't know if I like this. Too much gray.
It's only what the Ravenlocks owe me. A pity, yes. But it's the only way I can squeeze it out of them.
What makes you think that will help you?
I just trust you will. I'm just awfully sorry you had to get involved in this. But it's something I must do. I have to leave something behind for my girl. I have to give her a chance at life.
So, I have a feeling that Vivian is, like, clairvoyant, or has some kind of psychic power of some kind, because it would explain why she burst into tears before, upon seeing Sienna again. It's like, oh god, she knows that what's going to happen, and it's very sad.
If it's okay, could you also please pass a message to Mira for me?
Yeesh.
I'm just awfully sorry you had to get involved in this. But it's something I must do. I have to leave something behind for my girl. I have to give her a chance at life. If it's okay, could you also please pass a message to Mira for me? Tell her, don't worry. Even if Mommy's body is corrupted, withers away, and turns to dust, my love for you will always be there. Thank you. You're a good kid.
Yeesh. After saying this, Vivian falls silent for a moment.
She was betting that we'd help her. So, you were aware of this the whole time? Yes. Because I saw it.
Mm-hmm. Vivian falls silent for a moment, as if recalling the memory of back when she shed tears in front of Sienna.
You might not believe me, but I've had this ability to see the future since I was a little girl.
Ah.
But the things I see are always something bad. Plagues, deaths, disasters.
Sounds like a curse to me.
That's all I've ever been able to see.
It's all that kid's fault!
She's seriously jinxed.
I always try to avoid her. Otherwise, she'll say something rotten that ends up coming true again.
Prophecies, she says. Like she's not the one bringing the bad luck upon us.
It wasn't me. I didn't do anything. Sorry. I'm sorry.
What good is saying you're sorry? Things like this keep happening every time you open your mouth.
How unlucky.
She shouldn't be here. Nobody wants her around.
If only she would just disappear.
I just wanted to warn you all. I'm sorry.
After recounting the stories of her past, Vivian stays silent for a long time, as if struggling to break free from the shackles of those dark memories. Poor tiny Vivian. Yep. It's not her fault. It's like, what do you do in this situation? In this case, it's like, no, I pity the poor girl. Born with something that's less of a gift, that could potentially be a gift, but ends up acting like a curse because it always ends up everyone making people hate her. It's like, It's like the scene in Joseph, King of Dreams, when he sees the death of that one servant of Pharaoh happen, and he doesn't want to talk about it, and the guy is in disbelief when he finally badgers Joseph to tell him what's going to happen. And as he's being dragged away from the guards, he's like, it's a curse. I mean, Joseph still made good with that, with his visions, but still, it's like, oh, when you get a bad one like that, and in the case of Vivian, constant ones, it's like, oh, Jesus. Yeah. Poor tiny Vivian indeed, Hatsuchi.
Every time it's the same. In the end, there's nothing I can change. Sometimes I even wonder whether it's me predicting these things, or if my very existence is manifesting these calamities.
I want to give her a hug. I want to give her a very, very tight, warm hug.
Vivian, it's not your fault.
You were just trying to be kind and warn them about impending disasters.
I can tell it's never been easy for you.
Thank you. No matter what, I just hope she finally gets to rest in peace. I hope no misfortune, whether I foresee it or not, ever happens to anyone.
So, Miss Vivian, do you always cry when you have a prophecy? Yes. Every time a prophecy appears, I can't help but shed tears. It's like getting it's like getting your blood drawn. You expect it, but you still hate it, kind of thing. Every time a prophecy appears, I can't help but shed tears. I used to wonder if I could just hold back my tears, then maybe those bad things wouldn't happen. But I just can't do it. No matter how hard I try, I just can't. You're being too hard on yourself. Vivian falls silent for a moment, seemingly unwilling to continue the topic. Sienna said that the compensation from the Ravenlock family's hollow corruption insurance is enough to sell her daughter Mira for life. Though it's hard to imagine the notoriously stingy Hartman engaging in such a money-losing business. Maybe Topps demands it. Maybe he wants to improve his reputation. Yeah, I think so too. Actually, there have been rumors that the Ravenlock family had fallen out of favor with Topps for a while now. That's why they're becoming so desperate, afraid of being abandoned by the mighty Topps. Sienna is actually a skilled intelligence broker. She retired from the business a while ago. I see. No wonder she was able to gather classified information. She tried many ways, but everything was useless against the untouchable Ravenlock family. She couldn't avenge her lover, but I believe everything she did was meaningful. The same goes for you, Miss Vivian. Everyone, it seems there are ethereals nearby. It's not safe to linger. Let's keep moving forward.
Proxy, do you believe that the future can be changed?
Possibly.
That's quite the sudden question. I think that it can.
If only the battlefield was just another sea. Is that so? In my memories, this has happened countless times already. Why can I only see these misfortunes? Why can't I even have a sliver of happiness?
Sorry, that was my mother.
Off balance. Proxy, the fissure that we're looking for is up ahead.
Jeez, those cheeks jiggle so damn much. The subtlest breeze sets them off. Love them. She may not have as big of an ass as Bernice or even Vivian for that matter, but or as wide hips as Anby, but you know what? That tight ass be jiggling. All the same, and it is delicious.
Recalibrating. Fire support ready. The target's weary. Adjusting for wind.
Wide open.
Pierce break.
Loyalty.
You're in my sight. I'll take point. My bullets are one with the wind.
A perfect conduit.
Supporting position.
I think it's about time.
Time for what?
We should take that lady out of the hollow. You guys go on.
Thank you. She gave us the intel we needed, so this is the least we could do. I hope everything else goes well for you.
Trigger and Anby leave.
Master Proxy, is there anything you'd like to know? You can just ask.
Just wait until you feel comfortable telling me. Or go ahead and do it.
Can you tell me a little more about your visions of misfortune?
It's a really long story. These premonitions I see are not within my control, and they always come to me in a flash, like a flood of images in my mind. Most of the time, I see death, disease, accidents, and disasters. Of course, there are also some non-fatal mutilations. But every time, without exception, they end up happening. And I can never prevent or change them. That's all I have to say about it. If that offends Master Proxy and you don't want to hang out with me anymore, then I can understand.
Why would I be offended? That's just who you are, Vivian. Besides, we're friends.
I've always considered this ability as a curse.
I mean, can you blame her?
It's not a curse. Actually, I think you've been given a gift.
Yeah, it's not her fault that everyone else takes it too personally and doesn't just, you know, like, hey, thanks for the warning, or anything like nice like that. Not even a head pat. Make it positive like Joseph King of Dreams did.
Thank you. Really. Well, it's getting late. Bringer's belongings ought to be around here somewhere. Let's take a closer look. To the previous clues. What Bringer left behind is hidden inside a vending machine.
A vending machine, eh? Well, let's give it a good kick. motel, restaurant, and lounge. Oh, looks like the kind of place that Travis Touchdown would probably live in. Certainly looks better than the crappy No More Heroes motel he's still squatting in. Arizona tea. Is that a reference to Arizona tea? Found it. The vending machine. Bringer's belongings are probably stashed away in there. Why the vending machine? That's the intelligence I got. Baby Bringer thought this was a good spot. Anyway, let's look around first. Search the machine up and down, but find nothing.
Looks like it isn't in here.
What if it's inside it? Nope, we're going away from it. Maybe it's a different one.
Let's try this vending machine. It might be the one we're looking for.
That's a nice little cabin right over here. Probably for the groundskeeper or something. Or would have been if it wasn't in a hollow any further. Why do the characters keep jumping on top of each other? What's going on? I knew it. There must be other vending machines nearby. This should be the one. Bringer's belongings. What could they be? The notebook, probably? You search the vending machine in front of you thoroughly and still nothing.
Strange. There's nothing in here.
Gotta go to the pool, then.
This vending machine looks a little suspicious, too.
And there's more machines over there.
It might be inside this one.
Or we'll walk across the pool and it'll be that one over there. Proxy, I have a feeling. Bringer's belongings are definitely inside this vending machine in front of us. I believe you. Alright, let's search it thoroughly. Carefully search the machine and still find nothing. Just as you were about to give up, you kicked the machine by accident. Of course. Where a drink would normally roll out, a worn-out notebook appears instead. Yup. Wow, Master Proxy, so this is how it's done? You're leagues ahead of professional intelligence brokers. Uh-oh. Look who it is.
Out of my way.
It's Hugo Pegasus. Bringer's notebook. Very thick looking thing. Old and worn looking. Seems to have a lot of locations of interest marked down. Bringer's notebook.
This is it. This notebook is what Bringer left behind. But I don't know what these markings on it mean.
You and Vivian flip through Bringer's notebook together, ignoring the surrounding danger for some time until the shriek of an ethereal suddenly rings out nearby. However, a moment later, a strange yet familiar figure materializes to block the ethereal, disposing of it with ease.
Well, hello, Master Proxy. It's been a while.
Hello, Pegasus. I know that's not his name, but he reminds me way too much of Maximilian Pegasus from Yu-Gi-Oh! I can't unsee it. It's the accent and his mannerisms.
Oh, don't give me that scandalized look. I did just save your lives.
True.
I would have protected the Proxy even if you hadn't appeared.
I'm sure of it, but I happen to be in the area. Worry not, dear companion. I have complete confidence in your strength.
Hang on. Did you say companion? So you two know each other?
Apologies. I didn't have a chance to mention it before. I'm actually part of the Phantom Thieves Syndicate, Mockingbird.
That's right. I was only able to slip in during the auction thanks to some help from Vivian backstage.
So you were only bidding on the collection so you could get backstage.
So the whole time you were only bidding on the collections so you could get backstage and tamper with things?
I warned you before. You can't rely on appearances.
True.
Don't worry, Master Proxy. We don't have any ulterior motives here. As you've probably heard, Mockingbird is a renowned Phantom Thieves syndicate in New Eridu that, despite its longevity, has managed to maintain the secrecy of its members' identities to this day. So, disclosing our identities to you is essentially the highest sign of good faith that a Mockingbird Phantom Thief can show.
Honor among thieves. Kinda makes sense.
I guess that makes sense.
Your trust is most appreciated. Mockingbird's purpose is very simple, really. To form long-standing and cooperative relationships with outstanding proxies like yourself.
We need your abilities.
Before you make any decisions, please allow me to briefly explain the concept behind the Mockingbird Syndicate. We all know there isn't anything in this world that's fair. A prime example being the uneven distribution of wealth.
Oh god, he's a communist.
People from tops splurge on luxurious collectibles, while the poor have to gamble with their own lives just to get by.
You're filthy rich too, you know.
Of course. Besides wealth, there's also an unequal distribution in this world of happiness and suffering, hope and despair, love and hate. It's all just so unfair.
Unfortunately, that's reality, and there's nothing you can do about it. I'm just saying.
Somebody has to do something to tilt the balance of the scales.
And look how that's worked out for, Cambodia, as an example.
And thus Mockingbird was born. We take from those who have far more than they deserve and give it to those who deserve to have more.
Yeah. Does that include government officials? Because if it doesn't include them, then I call bullshit.
If you ask me, that's enough to be considered a form of justice.
I agree, I disagree.
I don't really agree with this form of justice.
No matter. Words inherently come with limitations. I intend to let my actions do all the talking. However, aside from these philosophical considerations, we also have a crisis on our hands to deal with. As you know, the Exaltists are plotting to use the power of sacrifice to launch an attack on all of New Eridu.
We can't have that, at least.
We can provide you with all the latest intel, just like that notebook you found. Something those pompous housekeepers would never be willing to do.
Are you sure? I mean, Lycon's been pretty good with us. Been pretty straight with us.
And the most crucial part of this whole game, the sacrifice core, is currently in my possession. I think that makes this a highly competitive deal. We share the same goal for the moment, stopping the impending disaster from playing out.
Yeah, it's basically a whole... I don't like you, but you're all I've got kind of thing. It's a real Cisco and, it's a real Captain Cisco and Garrick sort of situation. Plain, simple Garrick.
I need some time to think about it.
How about this? If you still have misgivings about our upcoming cooperation, then why don't you bring Lycon along with you?
I didn't mention Lycon before because I thought he was gonna snap.
He's got the support of the mayor's office behind him, and his presence alone is enough to keep me in check. That would put you more at ease, right?
Yeah, unless you provoke him and then he snaps too.
Of course, you're welcome to bring some other friends along, provided they aren't from public security or HSO.
Well, if you're willing to let my friends come along, then you've got a deal.
Great. It's a deal. By the way, Proxy, this is for you.
Whoa. Fancy. Collectible gifted by Vivian. Looks like an expensive and exquisite piece of art, but it seems hollow inside. Might that mess with its value? Unless it's a storage compartment. Yeah, it's a locket, right? So it should splits open. You know, put something in there. Unless there's something already in there.
Consider it a souvenir commemorating our first time working together.
For now, we'll carefully look through the contents of that notebook. I'll contact you if anything comes up.
I am convinced that Vivian is the sister that Hugo mentioned because, one, they both look like vampires. They both have the pointy ears and pale skin. And also, correct me if I'm wrong, they both have a birthmark under their left eyes. One each, directly under. So, also the accents. Yeah, that doesn't seem... That's too regular of similarities to be a coincidence. After leaving the Hollow, Hugo and the others return to the video store. Wait, am I playing as Hugo? When does that happen? Normally, I'd be playing as Wise in this out here in 6th Street, so this is different. Also, is he doing a Miyabi? Is he doing the whole one arm in a sleeve and the other is exposed? Oh my god, they basically took Miyabi and was like, yeah, let's do the same, but for him. And on the opposite arm. We're still in the story arc, I see. Since we're already at the video store, should we ask Master Proxy to recommend some films? My apologies, everyone, but I need to take my leave and go take care of my art gallery now. So you actually own a gallery. I also need a convenient social identity for various reasons. The title of gallery owner works quite well. Like Garrick the Tailor. Garrick or Garrick the Spy. Oh, just Garrick. Plain, simple Garrick. Also, aka the dude from Hellraiser. Oh, and Dirty Harry. Alright, I'll stay with Master Proxy for a bit longer. But Hugo, you've been oddly busy lately. You're not hiding something from me, are you? Well, shortly before. Since when do we play in flashback? That's interesting. intermediary named Casey. Right in front of the 404. Are we ever gonna go inside the 404? What even is this place? Is it like a bar or something? Look at this fuck pump with that tacky facial hair and beanie. And those shorts. Like, what even the hell is the style? Well, if it isn't our dear collector, Mr. Hugo, long time no see. I assume you finished the task I asked you to do, yes? Done as promised. You've already found buyers for the goods you gave me. No shortage of big names among them. Of course, I've also recommended your gallery to them as instructed and spread the word about it in the circle. But getting rid of all this exquisite stuff so suddenly, you're not in trouble, are you? If you have funding issues, I'm also your guy. I've got friends who offer loan services. Thank you for your concern, but my cash flow is very healthy, and I have more than just you as my middleman. In essence, I'm just looking to boost my gallery's reputation in the scene. I see. Those rare pieces in your collection definitely caught a few eyes. I'm sure they're all looking forward to collaborating with you. Thank you for the kind words. Alright, it's getting late. I should head off now. See you next time. Top, cheerio. I'm pretty sure I said the first thing before the cheerio incorrectly. Is it Spit Spot? I can't remember. I haven't watched Mary Poppins in a long time. Now to find that guy. Or that boy. I remember him mentioning that he would dress up in something more presentable this time. Yugi boy, I haven't seen you in a long time. How's your girlfriend, Taya? Is she doing well in New York? Ugh, that's definitely a ship that I hope ended up being canon, at least in Takahashi's mind. Yugi and Taya, or, excuse me, Anzu, if we're going by the actual Japanese name. Let's meet at Lumina Square. Ew. Well-dressed informant. He's definitely not well-dressed. He's kinda, sorta well-dressed. And this guy is just... It would be very funny if the casual guy in the phone was the guy, but I'm gonna go with the guy in the suit. When the musician's third string breaks, the gatekeeper whispers to me in which hand hides the coin for the underworld ferryman. The left hand holds death, the right hand holds deception, but the raven has already flown away with the answer. Ugh, I can't get over the embarrassment every time I say this. It's quite poetic, isn't it? The meeting with Hartman has been scheduled. He'll be waiting for you in that same private suite. Or should I say, waiting for Hugo, the renowned collector, the gallery owner. Thanks, I knew I could count on you. Still, I have to ask, you're not looking to make the Ravenlocks your enemy, are you? And if I am, not like I can stop you anyway. You've already caused a scene at the auction. That Robe of Heroes stunt. I can't believe you came up with that. Hartman's been on the move lately. That organ trafficking case from before is linked to him too. So wait a minute. Was the whole thing with Twiggy connected to him? I mean, it kind of makes sense, especially since in West Taiwan you have Pinko Kami's involved with human trafficking and fetching organs for high prices out of innocent victims, and in this case using Twiggy as basically a living factory for organs. Because that sounds like what it could be. I also heard that they're dropping big money on some kind of drug research. The Ravenlocks have always been a bunch of cold-blooded bastards. doing all kinds of messed up things that make your blood boil, and swept everything under the rug with money and power, and leaving the victims with no justice. Clintons. But Hartman, he's the worst of the bunch. Rumor says that he personally took out the previous heir and clawed his way to the throne. I know, relax. I don't plan on clashing with him head on. You'd better not. I don't want to witness Mockingbird's folly of trying to crack a stone with an egg. I prefer to see it as more of a gambit. I can never win an argument against you anyway. Don't forget, the Ravenlock family's in bed with those Exaltist lunatics. Who knows what awful scheme they've been cooking up lately. In any case, as your old friend, I sincerely wish you all the best. Thank you. By the way, how is Lycon doing lately? Haven't seen him in a while. What? I know you two split up, but it's been years. Are you still not over it? Don't know, don't care. If there's nothing else, I'll get going now. Alright, fine, good luck. The students nearby seem to be having an intense discussion, and you hear a familiar name. Yes. So that Mockingbird Phantom Thief syndicate only looks flashy, but hasn't actually accomplished anything, right? Tops remains unshakable, and those big families are just a step away from getting total control. It's possible that even the mayor can't keep them in check. But doesn't the mere existence of Mockingbird serve as some kind of warning? Every time they release a crime warning letter, fear erupts among these evildoers. Really, what can they actually change? In the end, probably just a game. To the big shots, Mockingbird is like a fly. Annoying, but not deadly, so they just let it be. So what do you think should happen? If you ask me, you have to dismantle everything from within if you truly want change. Make Eridu great again. Scorch the earth and start all over. Without power or influence, it's all futile. The first step should be accumulating resources by any means necessary and if possible joining tops. After all, to establish a new order, the old one must be demolished, just like how creation requires destruction. Sounds exactly like something a villain would say. If it's really possible to join tops, many would probably defect immediately. True, who would turn down the money? It's almost time for the meeting with Hartman. Time to go. Gotta go meet Sergeant Hartman's uber-rich cousin. Descendant twice removed. Your invitation has been confirmed, esteemed guest. Would you like to enter the private suite now? Yes. Okay, we're in here again. You're the one who had business with Master Hartman. Correct. Hartman's time is extremely valuable, and he has graced you with this meeting amid his busy schedule. I sincerely hope you bring something substantial to the family. Worry not. I stand here precisely because I have enough leverage. You'd better.
How about it? Will you work with me?
Correct. Let me be honest with you. I have the sacrifice core that you're after.
And a big fat knife with your name on it behind me.
I am Mockingbird.
So it's you. I never thought you'd be so bold as to come see me alone.
So he's just outing his identity just like that, huh? Are you bluffing?
Relax, my friend. As you know, if I can sneak into such a heavily guarded auction, then naturally, I can just as easily slip away right now. I'm here with the sincere intention to seek cooperation. I can give you that sacrifice core.
And what do you want in return?
Wealth, glory, power. The things everyone else in the world wants, I want them too.
Yeah, he's bluffing.
And I'm confident that as the current heir to the Ravenlock family, those are all things you can give me.
Then you've certainly come to the right place. My family is working on a big project. If things come to fruition, Ravenlock's status in Tops will significantly improve. At which point, I'll be sure to leave a spot for you. Naturally, as an outsider, you're precluded from handling any of our core business. But profits from the scraps alone will be enough to set you up for life.
Mr. Hartman, I think you've misunderstood me. I have no intention of joining the Ravenlock family. In fact, I have an art gallery under my name that does pretty well for itself. I was hoping you could recommend me for Tops.
You want to join Tops? That's easier said than done. Even for a family like ours, it would still require significant effort and...
Just answer me yes or no. I don't think either of us can afford to waste time.
I understand. Yes, you have my word.
So we're gonna be sneaking into the Illuminati.
But in exchange, you'll have to give me the sacrifice core first.
Where's Adam Jensen when we need him? In fact, where's a new Deus Ex Adam Jensen game in general? Fuck you, Square Enix and Embracer Group. You killed Deus Ex, motherfuckers.
I'm sorry, but I'm afraid I can't. I've already hidden it somewhere safe, a place nobody else but me knows.
Honestly, I kind of wish Deus Ex stayed with Square Enix, as bad as they were. Embracer got a hold of it, and what did they do? Nothing. In fact, what has Embracer pinched out that wasn't a Z-grade level slop over the last several years since they got that franchise's IP? Absolutely freaking nothing. Of course, if Square Enix hadn't mismanaged Deus Ex into the ground so hard with the second Adam Jensen game, probably wouldn't have happened to begin with. Ugh. Really sucks.
I'm sorry, but I'm afraid I can't. I've already hidden it somewhere safe, a place nobody else but me knows. You don't want to put all your chips on the table when dealing with Tops. I know that far too well.
Then that means I also need to keep an eye out when working with the infamous Mockingbird, right?
Mr. Hartman, I should remind you that I stand before you undisguised. Coming from a phantom thief who's never publicly revealed his identity, shouldn't that be sufficient assurance? If I betray you, then you merely need to lift a finger to wipe me from the face of this world.
You do make a valid point there. In that case, you have a deal.
He's bluffing. He's bluffing.
I appreciate your trust.
Why don't we celebrate our new partnership with a toast?
Hartman calls over the waiter and pours out 2 glasses of expensive-looking deep crimson liquid. It's wine. Red wine. He lifts his glass and nods to Hugo before draining it in one gulp. Hugo flashes a smug grin as he follows suit and takes a gulp.
Having a drink before undertaking anything important is a family tradition. It's good luck.
As an outsider, it's a real honor.
By the way, you aren't the only member of your organization, are you? Shouldn't all your companions agree to this deal first?
You don't have to worry about that. I'll make sure she agrees. Otherwise, I'll get rid of her too.
Uh-oh.
Seems you'll do whatever it takes to get things done. Great things lie ahead for someone like you. All right, let's leave it at that for today. I'll contact you about what to do next.
That's him! He's the one who killed Serena!
What's going on here? Serena? And is that Hugo? That is Hugo.
She was the
one who was ever any good to him, right? That's how he repays her?
Was that the... Wait a minute. Is Serena the sister that he was talking about? That he sounded distant with previously? Because that's what it sounds like. I thought it was Vivian he was talking about, but no, this is somebody else.
That's why they say once a mongrel, always a mongrel. Just look into his eyes.
Father! We have to punish him! Serena had been ranking ahead of him. Hugo must have poisoned her water so he could pass her.
Pure evil. Typical for an impure bloodline. He should have been kicked out ages ago.
Hugo, did you do all this?
Yes, it was me.
What?
I killed her.
I'm not convinced.
He admitted it! Father, he must be expelled. He has no right to live under the same roof as us.
Why don't we reunite him with Serena then? Nobody would ever know.
Hugo, well done.
What?
My children, how many times have I told you before? In this world, only the most ruthless, cruel, and unscrupulous of people ever make it to the top.
He's glad that his own daughter got killed. What a weirdo.
Like Hugo here, who was willing to murder his only true loved one without a second thought.
Wow.
Only someone with the means and the gumption to do that is qualified to be my heir.
No wonder he hates his old man. The dude's a monster.
But I...
He makes Lucius Malfoy look like Father of the Year. Heck, even Lucius was like, yeah, I don't want to hang around with Voldemort no more. I care about my family more than I care about his schemes.
It's all over now, and the results are obvious. The winner of this month's assessment is Hugo.
Yeesh.
As for the rest of you, go to the usual place for the punishment you deserve.
What do you mean by punishment? Ew.
But Father, before this, I was number one.
As I've told you before, there's only room for one winner in this family. You're still a loser, even if it's by the smallest margin. And there's no reason for a loser to exist. This is all for your own good. Do you understand? Go on now. Receive your punishment for the sake of the family.
What are you, a Resident Evil villain?
Yes, I understand. I'm sorry.
Ugh, he sent them off to see the dungeon master. That
really brought up some unpleasant memories. It won't be long.
You know what? I changed my mind. The motherfucker deserved to die.
Soon, it'll all be over.
Yeah. Sorry, Lycon, but while I do agree with your sentiments, this guy definitely deserved to go. I don't think anyone in their right mind will miss him. In fact, I hope the children were saved. Unless they all got massacred too. Because that would be even worse. Don't want to end up like the Romanov kids. What happened to them was a travesty. On the other side, after Hugo leaves. Proxy, it looked like you have something to say. About that chosen one. Well, truth is, we've always wanted the chance to work with you. Hugo said you're the best Proxy he's ever met. The chosen Proxy, in other words. Chosen one. Fine, I believe you. By the way, are you free now? If you're not busy, would you mind taking a walk outside with me? Anywhere is fine. You'll arrive at Lumina Square with Vivian. Oh.
Thank you for escorting me here, Proxy. Today was quite eventful. If I were to head back now, I probably wouldn't be able to fall asleep.
Her hair's kind of glowing a bit, I noticed. Again, I'm usually not a fan of the whole spiral pigtail thing, but in the case of Vivian, I like it because...
You're a child that only brings misfortune. People have been saying that about me for a long time.
Like, I didn't like it.
I used to feel hurt and resentful. But now that I think about it, it's perfectly normal for people to react that way.
She makes a good point. By the way, as I was saying, I'm not typically a fan of the whole spiral pigtail thing. Ugh, she's got a good behind. But, you know, like in Catherine, coming off the very sides of the head, or even what was her name? Melina, the silver-haired chick from Xenoblade Chronicles, where they come down the sides of the head and spiral forwards. I'm not a fan of that. I like it with Vivian, though, because it goes downwards, and it doesn't start swirling until, like, halfway there. So there's, like... There's more of a flow to it that I find stylish, but also... I don't know if I want to say normal looking. It just looks less weird. Like, it's cool without being stupid. You know what I mean? Like, there's some hairdos in both anime and even some video games and other cartoons where it's like, okay, I think you went a little too far with the hair, and it just looks like an alien came up with it or something. Whereas here, it's like, no, this looks cool. This looks cute and adorable. I can see myself stroking it. And burying my face in it and smelling it.
Why do I only predict suffering?
And hugging the person attached to it.
If I could predict happy things, joyful things, would people like me a little more? Maybe fate truly is set in stone. Often, I want to help these people avoid their miserable fates. For a time, I even thought that I was successful, that I could change people's destiny. But it was all an illusion. In the end, I couldn't do anything at all. So, I was really happy when you said that my abilities weren't a curse, but a gift.
It's what you do with them that counts. And if people don't like it, well, it is what it is.
Thank you, Proxy.
You're welcome.
I'm so glad to have met you. And you're also a fan of Lord Phaethon. It's like we were fated to meet.
I am Phaethon, you fool.
I don't know why, but I feel completely at ease when I'm by your side. I feel like I'm free from judgment, from blame.
Yep, totally getting hitched.
I don't need to worry about anything, and can just be my own true self. Perhaps people really do possess an aura, and ours just so happen to be extremely compatible. By the way, you asked me before about Hugo. I don't really know much about him. He rarely ever talks about his past.
So, are they not related? Okay, now I'm really confused. You know what? Between Vivian, Miyabi, and Astra, you know what? Fuck it. It worked for Rex and Xenoblade Chronicles 2. But go ahead, go with the trifecta polyamorous relationship. Go ahead. Go. It's an anime game. I say go for it. I mean, if it worked for him with the cat chick and the two sword babes in that game, I say, yeah, you know what? Yeah, go ahead. Fuck it. Have Wise have similar fun. I mean, you basically win at life with those three anyway. What do you got to lose?
But judging from his eye colors, you can guess he's probably the bastard son of a renowned family.
Yeah, the heterochromia.
I think his mother was very worried about his different colored eyes, and even wanted to get rid of him at one point. But then his family offered a huge price and bought him off his mother for some reason. And just like that, he moved from a leaky and drafty boarding room to a luxurious mansion.
Yeah, unfortunately, that mansion ended up being home to real devils.
But he's also mentioned that the extravagant home is actually like hell for him. I think it's probably because the family treats him terribly.
Hell, not even just him. The kids in general are treated terribly. Like poor Serena. Ugh.
I digress. He ran away and ended up meeting Lycon and his master.
I do wonder what became of the kids, though. Was it just the dad that died? Or did the kids end up getting killed, too? Because, well, seems to me they were just as much prisoners as Hugo was.
After that, they formed Mockingbird together and experienced a rare period of happiness. Until Lycon's betrayal.
So, what's your take on Hugo?
I imagine I would still be wandering around now if I had never met him. To me, Hugo is just like an older brother. I've always felt as though he's carrying some heavy burden with him. But that's a secret he's kept to himself. Something he'll never tell me. Sometimes when I look into his eyes, I can feel that he's really struggling with something. Even though he may say some extreme things, Hugo really isn't a bad person. I think one day he'll tell me his secret. Until then, I just have to wait. Wait and trust him.
I still think those two are related because, hello, same mole under the left eye, same vampire elf ears, etc. But then again, they more than likely are not the only ones of their kind. After all, there's like multiple bear Thyrans and cat and wolf Thyrans too, so I don't know. I could be overthinking it. So who knows? Until I'm proven otherwise, it's kind of what I'm aiming at. After chatting for a while, you say goodnight to Vivian. It's getting late. Time to head back to the video store and get some proper rest. Wise, you're a bit late today. I had a long chat with Vivian. I see. Well, it's getting late. You should call it a day, Wise. Once Vivian and the others get in touch, we'll have a lot to investigate. Wise, Vivian contacted us. She said she'll be investigating the hollow tomorrow. Besides her, Hugo, and Lycon, Besides her, Hugo, and Lycon, Ambi, whom we recommended before, will also be joining this operation. She'll explain the details when she comes to pick you up at the store tomorrow. But are you still planning on heading straight into the hollow like you did the last few times? I'm used to it. Alright, so many friends around this time, you should be in good hands. I'll wait for you at home, then. No matter what happens, remember, safety first. Now let's get some rest. Yes, Belle, I'll bring protection. Especially because of the not safe for work stuff. Okay. How long have I been going? 2 hours? 2 hours. I think I'm gonna take a break first. I've gone up to 2 hours. Give or take. So I'm gonna take a breather. And when I come back, we will go do more of this. I don't know if this is still Tiers A or if it's going to be Tiers B. Well, whatever it is, we're doing it. So that'll basically be it for this part. It was a very heavy plot-related section. So, we learned that the family was more rotten than I think I ever expected. Hugo's is using his identity to bluff Hartman, and Vivian, we now know what her shtick is, being given a whole Joseph King of Dreams kind of thing going on.
Ready and waiting.
So we're gonna go team up with Ambi and Lycon again, and then we're gonna go do this heist, hollow heist of some kind. I don't know, but either way, we're getting through it. It's looking like it's getting exciting. So I'm going to stop it here with part 92, and when I come back with 93, we will go commit to it. So be back. So I'm going to cut it off here and come back later with the next part.